It comes from a deputy. It's his own personal body camera. He's been on the force for 14 years and tells me he has his own personal body camera to kind of protect himself from false allegations when he's out there at work. And it's a good thing he did that, because just a couple of weeks ago, he did what he thought was an average traffic stop. A woman was using her cell phone while driving, but it quickly fell apart. The woman went after him.
Karens have been running amok, and this one is no different. This woman went on a racist rant at a Latino police officer, and all I can say is that white supremacy will be the death of us all. Welcome into TYT Overruled. I'm attorney Adrienne Lawrence. This horrific story comes out of good old Southern California, San Dimas to be exact. A Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputy saw a woman on her cell phone while driving and pulled her over. Now, this is just a ticketable offense. No biggie, right? Well, you'd think that this woman was being beaten by police based on her response.
I pulled you over because
you're a murderer. Yes, I started to record because you're a murderer.
You can't be on your cell phone while you're driving.
I wasn't on my phone. I was recording you because you scared me.
You can't use your cell phone while you're recording.
I can record you.
May I have your driver's license?
It's at my apartment.
The officer is nothing shy of professional here, yet this woman is calling him a murderer off the bat. She doesn't even have her license on her while driving. That's another ticketable offense. Anyway, so Fox News wanted to focus on that exchange there, framing this story as one of anti-police hostility emerging from the George Floyd social justice protests. No. This woman's subsequent commentary, it shows that her hostility towards this officer, who happens to be Latino, is really hostility rooted in racism. Peep this dog whistle here.
Thank you.
And I'm perfectly legal, and I'm a teacher. So there.
Congratulations.
Murderer. You're a murderer.
I'm perfectly legal? Yeah. This Karen went on to demand to see the officer's supervisor. He obliges, only for her to unleash what I'd call a cataclysm of Karen and low-key KKK.
He's only citing you for using your cell phone while you're driving. That's it.
There you go, ma'am. Sign inside the red box right there.
For him being a Mexican racist. What is that name? Gasso?
It's on the citation, ma'am.
Here you go, Mexican racist. You're always going to be a Mexican. You'll never be white. You know that, right?
Where to go from here? Before I give you my 2 cents, I'll tell you where this gem of a woman went. She went home and called the LA Sheriff's Internal Affairs Department to report this officer for misconduct. No joke. As it turns out, she has a history of filing false reports against officers. Now, I have a few things to say about this. First, Fox News' framing of this woman's antics is nothing short of propaganda push. Her behavior was not rooted in anti-police sentiment, but good old-fashioned racism and prejudice. This woman just wanted a reason to be racist, so she co-opted the movement to hold bad cops accountable. But don't mingle her mayhem with our message, which is one of social justice and meaningful change. Second, I don't care if she was talking to a cop or a carnival clown. Her behavior was unacceptable. How she treated that professional and polite police officer was not okay. We need officers who act like that in law enforcement. What we don't need is Karens pushing out those professional police officers with racist antics and falsified misconduct reports. If that officer were out of line or abusive with her, she'd be more than in her right to report him to Internal Affairs. But to see how professionally he treated her and how disgustingly she responded, that speaks to an even bigger problem. Which brings me to my last point. What does it say that this police officer of color must invest in his own body cam to protect himself from racist citizens and their false accusations? If this is how this woman is coming at a Latino cop, imagine how she comes at people of color who aren't in positions of power. Imagine the false reports and unfounded accusations that she leverages against average folks in the workplace, in public settings, in everyday life. This criminal Karen is a real problem.